Hello, good evening. My name is Mykel Wyyet, and here I'm going to tell you about how to better, how to improve your chances at being recruited. So, me myself, a little bit of credentials about me is I played high school ball, was on varsity since ninth grade. Coming in my sophomore year, I had 1,000 yards, so a lot of schools knew who I was, and I quite didn't know who they were, but they sent me mail and they emailed me a little bit and they told my coach about me. And as a high school student, you really don't know how to accept that, you really don't know how to take that, and you really don't know the next step to do. And my high school coach really didn't help me with that step. So I had these letters from Indiana, Georgia Tech, Clemson, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, all these schools. And I just thought that somebody was going to pick up the phone and say, hey, come out here. We want you to play for us. And that would be it. Long story short. So I played in high school. And by the time it was my senior year, I told somebody what was going on with my situation. And they said, hey, why don't you pick up the phone and call these guys? It seems like they're really interested in you. So I did that. And by the time I really started reaching out to these schools, finding out what it meant, it was too late. And they said that they already moved on. They already had their scholarship money handed out. And I was forced to go to a D2 school in Tennessee called Tusculum. And I had to force myself to be happy at a school that didn't run an offense that I wanted to run. And it was like I kind of had to settle myself for what I wasn't worth. So if I had to go back, I believe I would definitely start contacting these schools as soon as possible. As soon as I step on that field, just start recruiting my own self and not wait for nobody else. As a parent or an athlete, you're probably asking yourself, what can I do for my kids to help their chances of being on the radar for a college? And what will give my child the edge of being recruited? And one thing Don Campbell said, author of the Sports Scholarship Handbook, is the first thing that you can do to improve their chances is don't wait. And right here, I made a chart of athletes who recruit themselves against athletes who don't. And right here, you can see on the self-recruitment list that athletes who get accepted is far more higher than the ones who don't recruit themselves. Also, you can see on the not accepted list, even if you do recruit yourself and it doesn't work out, the chances of you not getting picked up aren't that high against the ones who sit there and wait for people to come to them. It's much, much greater that if you sit there and wait for somebody to come at you, that you won't get recruited. And you'll be watching everybody else that you grew up with get recruited. Right here is a chart of the recruitment chart. It shows how many times somebody should call a day. It shows if you're a junior, senior, or sophomore, what steps you should take on a day-to-day basis and when you should actually start. So this is actually pretty helpful. It's called the NCAA recruiting chart, and you can look it up on Google and it'll come up for you. So basically, Don Campbell's point was simple. The longer you wait, the less your chances are of going to that school that you want to go to. So his message was start as soon as possible, and your chances of getting picked up by a college that you want to go to are pretty high. 3 things that self-recruiting for yourself helps with. The first is it gives a personality with the name. You being an athlete, kids are always having film shipped in, and when you call and actually put a personality with that film, it sets you apart from everybody else. And little do you know it or not, it makes a big difference because it can show if you're arrogant, if you're kind. It gives you a personality. So another thing it shows determination, that you're not waiting for your parents to actually pick up and make that call, or your coach. You're actually taking your own time, and you're actually showing that coach that, hey, you guys are important to me, and I want to show you that I'm that guy for you. Pick me up right here. It puts your heart into it, and it really lets you appreciate the process that it goes through, because it is a process. It's a job. You have to put as much as it off the field as you do on the field and in the weight room. So one more step it does, it shows maturity, and it teaches you how to communicate with these coaches. A lot of times kids don't understand how to communicate with coaches, therefore they don't ask the right questions. And one way to make that easier on yourself, where this way you're not thinking through it, is just write it down and read off the card. You know, they can't see you reading. So, I mean, hey, whatever's going to give you that information that you need to know, just take it upon yourself. Arthur Allen Lambert, editor of Basketball Playground, claims coaches are looking for the best skilled athletes with poise, intelligence on and off the field, with good academic records who demonstrate good work habits and self-discipline. So with this little 6-minute video, you can take it and you can use it to your advantage for your kids' future or your future or whatever you want to do in life, and just take initiative for it and put your heart into it. So this is Mykel Wyyet on how to recruit yourself, and thank you.